get that negative 1 into the waiting room. I am going to here. I am going to here. I am going. Okay, so here we go. Y plus 1 equals x squared plus 6x plus little box. Yep. Okay, next step, fill in the box. Cut it in half, square it. Get it squared into the square. So I did this. The squared goes into the square. But don't make it 36, it's too big. Cut the 6 in half. And that's called completing the square. You actually learned that in Algebra 1 a million years ago. 6 cut in half is 3. 3 squared is 9. What I add to one side, keep it balanced. Got to add to the other side. Boom. The math is largely over. It's just a matter of cleaning this baby up now. I'm going to put this right here. And we're going to say y plus 10 equals, drop it into its little parentheses. Why does that work? Because you made it work, right? It's working because you forced it out. Why is Thomas wearing the dress? Because I forced him. I'm taking him out. Because I forced him to wear the dress, right? He didn't want to. I forced him to. So here's what we're going to get. This is the shortcut because we don't want to factor every time because we're lazy. That goes there. That goes there. What goes here? A 3 does. Either cut the 6 in half or square root that guy. Last step. Ask the 10 to come out of the waiting room. So I'm going to ask you to do me a favor, really quick on your whiteboard desk. Sketch that. Sketch it. Give me a quick sketch. Watch me. Brayden, do a quick sketch, please. Are we good? Do we get a sketch that looks something like this? -3, -10. Boom. Yeah? Yeah? Are we okay? Okay, next one is for you all by yourself. Not me doing anything. Let's see if you can do it. And then we're going to add on. Oh, wait, are we ready? Oh, hold on. I'm going to do another one. You're not ready for that. There we go. There we go. Now you know what's coming. Do you guys remember seeing this? Huh? Did you remember seeing this? Together. Yes. Do you remember? See, I feel like stop once I did it. Do you remember seeing this? Anyone have Tobin last year? Do you remember seeing this? Okay. I'm going to remind you of the steps. I'm going to go write the steps over here. If you want to write the steps down, you can. Number 1, you're going to do the waiting room. Right? Number 2 is we're going to leave a space for that because we got a new number 2 coming. We're going to fill in our box. Right? Number 4, we're going to add box to other side or to the waiting room. And number 5, we're going to clean it up. Number 2 is going to have a new spot in a second. So see, if I started with that, you would have thought that's just crazy. I don't even know what that is. Here's how I'm going to check if you got it right. Give me a little sketch. Give me a little sketch. And see if beautiful. Give me a little sketch. You're doing perfect. You're doing perfect. This is a negative. See that? And this is an equals. Beautiful. Keep going. Half of that. Beautiful. 7 to please go to the Nice. Yeah, you guys. Hey, here's my sketch. I'm not even going to do the math. It looks like it is. Well, I am going to do the math. X minus 10 quantity squared. Is it plus 7? Is that right? So I'm going to go 10 and up 7, and he looks something like that. Yay, he's pretty. He's pretty. Okay. We're going to step up our game a little bit. We're going to step up our game, and it's a little bit tricky. So here we go. You guys are ready. Yeah. We're in, where am I? Oh, you know what? I'm like, yes, if I was solving, that is correct. But all I'm doing is right. So I can always factor anytime, but it won't give me an answer. So it would be cheating in that other step to get an answer that way, because it was like, oh, it's plus 7, round up, right? But I could write it, but it wouldn't, I couldn't solve it. Good question. That was really good. And that's going to have to do with what we're about to do. So here we go. Oh, that is not what there we go. Let me turn this up. Okay. Next one we're trying. It's a little scary. Let's go back and do this guy. Okay, here we go. Okay, big deep breath in on this one. This is where we have left Algebra 1 and hopefully Algebra 2 behind. And now we're going ahead into pre-calc a little bit. And here's the deal. Our steps are going to be almost the same, but we have a number that we're going to have to deal with. So we're going to start the same way. Please make a space, get rid of the 138. Before we start, get rid of the 138. It is tempting at this point to say, wait, can't I just take out the 2? No. Always make uncompleted square. Step number 1, waiting room. Always, always, always make your waiting room. And you're going to have a space. I feel like someone's going to watch this video and everything is going to be blank. But I am going to live with that. So there we go. Okay, we're going to deal with that 2x. Thanks for asking. So y minus 138 equals 2x squared minus 32x. Have I lost anybody? Everyone with me on that? Here's the problem this time. That 2 bugs me, right? I like it with a just nice and clean. That's what I want to happen. So I am going to start this problem by getting rid of that 2, or not getting rid of it, moving it aside a little bit. So here's what I'm going to do. Watch me on this, and I'm going to make this pen a little bit bigger because I want it a little fatter. So here's what I've got. I got y minus 138. That doesn't change. Then I'm going to go like this. 2, I'm going to ask him to step aside, and I'm left with x squared. That makes me happy, but I can't just take it from the x squared. What do I also have to do? Take it from what? The 32. So it's down to negative 16x, and now I put my little box in. Are you cool with that? Are you cool with that? So that new step 2 is to ask that any guy in front of the x squared to kind of step in front, right? Now I'm going to ask you to fill in your box and stop. So please fill in the square just the way we've been doing it. Take the 16, cut it in half, blah, blah, blah. Do that just the way we've been doing it. And then stop. Stop for a minute. So I get all my friends ready to go with me. 16 cut in half is 8. 8 squared is 64. Are we okay with that? Now, what we've been doing every time is to say even Steven. If I add 64, I add 64, which we are kind of going to do. But I have to account for this guy, because it's not really 64 that I've added on. It's 128. Who said that? Someone. Yeah, it's 128. Do you guys see why? Because it's 64 times 2. On his way to the other side, he has to go here, stop by and pick up this guy, so he adds on 128. The new step is you got to account for that guy. What did we do that on the other problem? We did. The number up front was 1, so it was easy. It was easy. It's not like we didn't do it. It was just 1. If you've done this, you've done all the math. Last step, clean it up. Let's clean this baby. Nice and easy. I'm going to give you a minute because this is a smarty pants class. Can you clean it up? What the hell does that 2 do out of the parentheses? He stays out there. Remember, he makes our graph super skinny. That's his job. So here we go. We're just cleaning. 38 and 28, is that going to be another negative 10? The 2 stays. The parentheses now. Nice and easy. X minus 8 squared. And then ask the 10 to move over. And if we were going to graph this guy, watch what would happen. It's 8 over, it's 10 up, and it's super skinny. How do I know it's skinny? Because of this dude right here. His job is to make things skinny. You guys ready to try one on your own like this? You can do it. I hope to God this has all been taken, but I feel a little bit like it has not. Okay, let's try this one. Look at me, like changing on a dime. I'm like crazy fast. Oh, there it is. You know what? 12. Oh, I'll give you some numbers. 12 goes into 96 later 8 times, I think. And then 12 times 16 is like 192, I think. So a number you're going to want to know is 8, and then another number you're going to want to know is 192. You're going to see what happens. Beautiful. Yes.
And then you divide this by 2. Can you just tell me about
4 and 4 squared is 16, and that's 192. 192. 192, only because I've done this problem like 18 times today. You're going to see that you're going to need that 192 in a minute. You know what I'm talking about? 8 times 12 times 16 is 192, by the way. 8 cut in half, 4. 4 squared is 16. What I have to the other side is 16 times 4.
Oh, I do.
You see all that? Okay, so here's what. You're going to put an X here. Put a box. Reduce 4 squared is 16. But it's how this guy plays. Don't take a step because you need it to know what this is. You get it? What are we doing? Are we seeing it? Okay, are you guys feeling it?
more me?
Could you sketch it? It's super skinny. That 12 is going to make it super, 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 super skinny. How are we doing? Where we are? Okay, you're doing awesome. This is great. I'm going to stick this here. 12 times 16 is 192. It's already done. That's already taken care of. But since I added that random 16 on, and I need to put it on the other side also, I can't stop it. So, yes, we did. One and so
No, mystery was not. No, it's like a white. You know the white mystery.
okay, here we go. Sorry, ladies. Come by you. I'm gonna go fast. So here we go. Y minus 185 equals 12x squared plus 96x. Here's my issue. I don't like the 12. So I'm going to ask the 12 to step out of the room. And I'm going to take it out of this guy. Now I do my box. I'm gonna throw the guys and make sure everyone's with me. Throw them back, guys in the back. Everybody? Danny, that's you. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna take the 8 and cut it in half, which is 4. 4 squared is 16. What I do to one side, I gotta do to the other, but he's gotta drive and pick up this guy on the way. So what I add over here is 192. Does that make sense? Because I'm not really adding a random 16. I'm really adding a random 192. Now I clean it up. Y plus 7. 12 stays on the outside. This just drops down. Could I do X factoring? I could, but I'm lazy. So, work smarter, not harder, man. There we go. 7 hops on over. There we go. Can I see a wiggle of fingers of my friends who got this? Okay, we're going to do 2 more and then I'm shutting up and we're almost done. This one looks scary, but it's not. Here's what I'm going to ask you to do. Could you please throw a -1 in there and let's treat it the exact, Hayden, we're going to treat it the exact same way. Thomas, I need you to do this. We do this so much in this chapter. So treat it just the same way we did the 12, right? So step 1, waiting room. Step 2, take out that -1 in the front, but take him out of everyone. See if you can do this one all by yourselves. I'm going to help you in a second. See how far you can get. I like this. I just like clean stuff. Yes. Let's right up here. I'll meet you right away. Yeah, I put the -1 there and it makes me happy. So here I'm doing it with you. I'm doing it with you. We're going to ask that -1 to step out of the room, right? Now, he's out there. Be careful. That changes the x squared positive. It also changes the -6 to a +6. Plus box. Nine, is it 9? Are you seeing that? When I add to one side, I add to the other side, but he stops by and picks that guy up on the way. So he's not going to be a +9. He's going to be a -9. Oh, look at yourself. Yeah. Beautiful. My advice is to try not to skip a lot of steps. It's really easy to kind of get lost in the middle of this. So x plus 3 squared plus 6. What does a -1 do to our graph? You guys know what it does. What does it do? It reflects it. It turns this guy upside down. That's where it comes from, right? How does yours look? If we were going to graph this, so easy. Over 3, up 6, boom, it looks like that. But this graphs to that. Okay, last one, best one, and then I'm shutting up. Okay, here we go. We're heading for home. Got it all. This is really impressive because I thought y'all knew this. So I'm so glad that, we did algebra 1, algebra 2, and pre-calc in a day. I'm Jaden. Brian, I'm just going to call you any name. Braden, Jaden, Caden, I don't know. Braden, do this problem. Yeah.
Okay.
No, not all that. Just do it on your desk. Who's the police? Who is the police? Who? Who is literally asleep? Oh, you're asleep.
Yeah, look.
Oh, yeah. Brandon is asleep. Yeah, he sleeps a lot. But you know what? He does his work at home, so I leave him alone, right? So, yeah. No, at the end, you know what? No, actually, what we should do is, I wish I could, maybe I'll excuse you early. And then you guys can all tiptoe out. And then when the bell rings, like, there'll be no one nothing else. Well, we'll do that. We'll do that. That'll be fun. But I feel like he's really awake and he's listening. He's like, you guys can't trick me. Brandon, yeah, I have $100. You want money, Brandon? Oh, shut up! Do this problem. Do this problem. See how you do it. You couldn't trick him. That was good. That was awesome. How we doing? Are we going all the way through it? Omar, are you ready? Have you done this problem? Do this. Do it. I'm good at it. I'm going to do this. Right? Again, reminding you, you picked this class. Like, no one needs to ever take pre-calculus. You actually, at some point last January, thought, you know what would be fun? Pre-calculus. You chose that, you crazy kooks. I don't know why you would do that. Oh, sure. We've been talking bad about you this whole time. -2 comes out. X squared minus 8x plus our little magical box, right? Now I'm going to fill in my box. Here's where I go. Nice and careful. 8 cut in half is 4. 4 squared is 16. What I do to one side, I do to the other, but I pick that guy up on the way. So I add -32. Yeah. You're putting me out of a job, Taylor. That was perfect. Great explanation. Y plus 3 equals the -2 just sits there. This comes down, boom. This comes down, boom. That's cut in half. Ask the 3 to go to the other side. Boom. If I was graphing him, he is upside down and skinny. Over 4, down 3, upside down and skinny. We have learned to do vertex form. I am done. I will pass out the homework.